so excited about our show tonight. Uh, we've been doing a lot of really healthy things, and this probably isn't the healthiest dinner, but it's probably the easiest or one of the easiest recipes we've done in all of our shows. So stay tuned as we present Cajun Pork Chops by LD Sledge. We're going to talk about LD in just a minute. Here we go. Well, we're not doing pizza today. We are going to be doing Cajun pork chops from a brand new book called Cajun Delectables by LD Sledge. And we're going to introduce you to LD right now. LD,
Yeah.
how are you,
Hey,
man?
I'm good enough, man.
Yeah, that's good. Good enough is good. Listen, I'm going to tell you about LD briefly. He's a retired attorney. He writes poetry. He writes fantasy novels. He paints. He's got a whole collection of notebooks and journals coming out. He's got a book out. Carol, can you bring that book out for us? And we're not, yeah, up there, right there. Yeah, that's it. No, no, no. Up. There you go. And make it a little bigger so we can see it. Put it between us. This is called Cajun Delectables, and our recipe tonight is from that. Just drag it over. Ah, there. Bring it. You'll have to cover your face. There, we got it that way. Thanks,
There we go.
Carol. There, look at that smiling face, and it's still smiling. Cajun Delectables, you can go to Amazon and find it. I did. It's a great, great book. Let's lose the book for a second. Before we start with our recipe, we always do a little toast. And there are a couple of things that really work well with Cajun food. One is beer, and also rosés. I guess it's from the French influence. What would you agree with that, LD?
Now, would you say that again? I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm
The
on.
uh, the the French influence on
Yeah,
Cajun cooking is one of the reasons why rosés would work. So
rosé
that's
wine.
yeah, and wine. But I'm
Yeah,
going to
well,
go with a
yeah,
beer. This is
I'm not sure about that as to what that comes from, but the word rosé is pronounced like they would pronounce it in French. So,
right. Do you speak French or you speak
yeah, a little bit.
a
I
little
speak
bit?
a little. Un petit peu.
Oh, okay. I can't do any of it. Yeah, I'm going to toast you. You've been drinking a beer, so let's kind of clink glasses here. Oh, this is Stella Artois, and what are you drinking?
I'm drinking beer. It's a German beer, unfortunately, Yangling.
It's
Oh,
a there. Okay, it's a traditional lager. Your beer is heavier than my beer.
okay.
Mm.
So you want to cook this pork chop, and I'm going to show you how
Yeah.
to do it
Well,
right.
let's look at the pork chops, Carol, just by themselves. We got them beautiful.
Yeah.
And LD told me to take out all my frustrations on these pork chops. So I'm going to do that now. Oh man, that feels good.
Yeah, the reason you do that is to break up the fibers that make it tough.
Got
When you
it.
beat it both sides, you break up the fiber.
I'm going to flip that. By the way, if you're watching, we'd love to hear from you. Carol will let me know if you're there. That's the one, Carol. And I think I made this almost like a pancake now.
Well, let me tell you, Mark, what I do is I usually get a pork chop that's very thick and it has bone in it. If that looks like a very wonderful pork chop right there, that'll work fine.
Hey, we got John Van Camp watching. Hello, John. John, of course, you can hear him and Daryl Wayne, the insane Daryl Wayne, on Boss Boss Radio. John, let us know how we can watch that. Give us a chat there. And if you're watching, I don't care where you are, let us know where you are. and because we want to show LD a good time tonight. All right,
Yeah, I've already
I
had it.
pound that, right? So John's going to let us know how to tune into, I think, classic rock. Am I right, John? Let me know. So we've got that. So I'm going to leave those there. I have some garlic. I'm going to walk that back here, and we're going to make this dish together. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I've got butter.
Yeah, you need about a half a stick.
I got it just under a half a stick. I'll turn on the water, the fire.
Yeah.
And I'm going to add some olive oil. We've been doing really healthy food, LD, and you know, pork is not. It's the other white meat, but it's still not. It's not the healthiest, right?
No,
So
no, neither is the ingredients you got in this dish.
yeah, I mean, we got butter, we got pork. We're going to melt that down.
Now, what you do, you need to put a drop or two of oil in there because the butter will burn if you don't put a little oil. Most people don't know that.
All right, I'll do
There you
that.
go. Whoa, that's good. All right.
So we're going to let that melt down. Come back over here. LD, have you been cooking all of your life?
As I've been cooking? No, I haven't been cooking but the last 15 years.
Got it. But you've been eating for 86.
Yeah. Louisiana
Does he look good or what?
Food. Oh my God. Yeah, it's good food, man. It's exciting food. From all the way from crawfish to crabs to, you know.
Hey, we have some people saying hi. First of all, you can listen to bossbossradio.com. Bossbossradio.com. John and I have done some projects together. We're working on a couple right now. And that's classic hits and really good radio, right? And then Simple Living Recipes. Hello from Tucson, Arizona. Well, listen, I thank you very much for watching. And Nina Reyes. I can never pronounce Nina's middle name, her maiden name, but she is checking in from Montreal. Nina and I have done some work together as well, and she is a fabulous marketer and a great voiceover talent, especially in the German languages. All right, let's go back over here. It's almost melted. I'm going to turn the fire down, LD.
Good. Yeah.
Hey, Nina, what's the weather like in Montreal? All right, I'm going to put the garlic in. About 2 tablespoons, do you think?
Yeah, about 2 tablespoons of garlic. And about like 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, chopped up like that.
All right, I'm going to do one more.
Yeah, you've mixed that up well. That's going to make it very, very flavorful. It's going to start smelling really good about now.
Okay, I'm going to turn the fire down. It's foaming a little bit. This should take very little time, by the way. It's browning nicely. Next, throw in some of the spices, LD.
Yeah, okay. Well, you've got like your Cajun seasoning, which you have Tony Sachets right there, I see.
Yes.
In that little bottle can, yeah. And take about 1 tablespoon. Yeah, that's
got
about
it.
enough.
And then I'll stir that in. Oh, that smells so good. I've got paprika, and
okay.
We'll do.
You had quite a bit there. Take about 1 tablespoon of that.
All right.
You don't have many pork chops. Whoa.
No, there's only 2 of us, so.
All right. Anything worth doing is worth overdone.
I was very impressed, LD, by the dedication to the book. Can you tell us about that?
dedication to the book. Well, I dedicated it to my sons, John, who died last year. He was 59, and my existing son here, and he's 36 today. And I went over I just got back from his house for a little birthday party, and my grandson's over there.
Got it.
I
Happy
can't tell
birthday.
you.
Happy birthday, Mr. Sludge. 36.
Thank you.
Wow.
I've got like 7 grandkids, and they're scattered all over the world. But fortunately, I get to see these here. They're right here nearby, and
Got
that's
it.
good.
There
They're
you
brilliant.
go. All right. I'm
Okay.
stirring this around. I got to come back and see. It's still cold. I see that. Was wearing her winter coat today. I have to tell you, come to me, please. Nina, I was in shorts and a t-shirt all day.
80 degrees.
80 degrees. Yesterday was 84, 85 degrees in downtown Thousand Oaks, California. Beautiful weather.
Wow.
It will be, yeah. And unlike LD, who is in Clearwater, Florida, right?
Yeah.
There's no humidity. Do you have humidity yet?
Yeah, we have. You make me laugh and cough because we got humidity.
Okay,
but I'll tell you what, that's where I'm from now. But in Louisiana, where I lived up until about 10, 15 years ago, humidity was like you get out of your car and you drown before you got into the house.
Oh, I've got
way
stories
up.
about humidity and working in the South, getting up and doing what's called a stand-up directly to camera and almost passing out because I'm not used to it. All right, I've got that in. The brown sugar goes in next?
Yeah, put the brown sugar and then some salt and pepper.
Okay. I'm going to add some pepper. And no. We don't cook with a lot of salt. Just a little bit.
There's a bit of salt in that Cajun seasoning. Okay, you're getting about ready to start to do the thing, man.
That smells delicious. Oh, man. So now I just stick the pork chops in, right?
Yeah, put the pork chops in there.
All right, let's see if we can hear it sizzle.
All right.
I hear it. There's one, and there's two.
All right, put the lid on.
Put the lid on it. And
now
then come back.
A lot of people don't realize, but what you do is when you put the lid on that, it is a tenderizing effect as well. So now you ought to have it quite tender when you in a few minutes. Doesn't take long to cook.
Nina just said it's 37 degrees in Montreal. Come on back to California, Nina. Come on. And Lillian is checking in from Tucson, Arizona. Thank you very much. Have you always enjoyed good food?
Have I always what?
Enjoyed good food.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Well, when I was growing up in North Louisiana, that's a whole different story. And after I started LSU in 1953, I got out of high school in 53. I'm 87 next birthday, and I didn't know about living. I didn't know about living until I moved to South Louisiana.
LD, it just occurred to me, you could be everybody's Cajun grandpa.
Me, yeah, my friend. You got to understand that Cajun, a lot of times we start with a sentence with me, yeah.
Hey, Howard Sandler's checking in from Reseda, California. Thanks, Howard. We really appreciate that. And he says the weather is nice in Reseda. Well, thank you. All right, let's go back. Should I check those or just let it sit for a while? The pork chops.
Don't let them cook too long, 5 minutes, I mean, it'll get tough.
Right. So they've cooked. So I'm going to turn them now.
Well, you're a little early, I think,
All right.
for turning.
You're the
Yeah,
boss.
you got about two, 3, 4 more minutes.
All right.
Been
And then
over
we'll turn it. Let's take a look at the cover of LD's book. We can put it up between the two of us. Um, there's that. And you can, LD, I've got a
Yeah.
digital copy on your real copy. And you could move that off of LD's face, please.
Well, the thing is, let me
Grab
tell
it.
you about the book real quick. I got 100 Cajun old family recipes that, like the Cajun says, it's so good it'll make you slap your mama.
Hey,
That's one of that's one
is
of the
that where that?
seasonings.
Because
Yeah,
there's a whole seasoning. We have some slap your mama sauce,
yeah,
and I know that they make a Cajun seasoning as well.
yeah.
So that's where the name came from that product. Slap your mama. I would
Yes,
never slap my mama. She'd
I guess
slap me
I don't
back.
know. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that in North Louisiana, you got three different whole cultural sets. North Louisiana is Protestant. South Louisiana is half of the state is Cajun. And then there's New Orleans, a totally different place, a totally different accent and whole viewpoint in life.
Oh
Three,
my goodness.
three totally separate cultures in one state. Nobody knows that. That's why I wrote this book. I practiced law for 43 years. And when I left Louisiana,
Wow.
I traveled around, I realized people didn't know what it was. They say it's in New Orleans. There's no Cajun in New Orleans unless you would find a isolated restaurant. But
Lillian, by the way, says it's 80 degrees in Tucson, Arizona, and
whew,
it's 6 o'clock. So,
good for them.
yeah, absolutely. I'll take another swig of beer too. We can lose the book right now.
Well, there's no humidity to speak of in Arizona, so it
No,
doesn't hurt that bad.
and there's no humidity here most of the time here in California, Southern California, um, and it's dry heat.
Yeah, I
Or
was
what
out
they.
there. I spent about a year or so in LA area, and yeah,
Oh, did
I
you?
understand. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, come on back anytime.
I don't know. I'm getting too old to travel.
Oh, never. You're, you know, my book, Growing Old Sucks, but it doesn't have to. You, you are the epitome of that. You keep learning new things: poetry, writing, uh, painting, cooking, writing cookbooks, being on talk shows, and you've been a public speaker. What kind of law did you practice?
I was a courtroom lawyer for 43 years.
Criminal law?
I tried over 200 jury trials.
Oh my. How many did you win?
I had to win enough to make it worthwhile.
Okay, you got it. All right, let's turn the pork chops.
Flip
Ooh.
it over. Flip it over. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Now let's cook it about 3 or 4 minutes now, and
All
let's
right.
make
And
yeah, put the lid
I'm
back
gonna,
on it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna turn the flame down a bit, and I can't wait because I have a plate over here and a knife and a fork, and I'm gonna taste what we've created here, LD,
Okay.
and I
Well, let me
can't
tell you
wait.
one more thing about my book. The book has the rest of the book is the history of New Orleans and the Cajun people, all in here, all their culture, everything about them. So it's not just a cookbook. That's enough. I'm not going to say anything more about it.
I should I should have mentioned this earlier that if you don't eat pork or you're off of meat, you could make the same recipe with a chicken breast. I think or chicken thighs, boneless chicken thighs,
Yeah,
or
totally.
it would. I think it would be great. And if you don't eat meat at all. I think you could take a piece of tofu and stick it in there. I think it'd be delicious. So if you're a vegan or vegetarian, I
I
think
hadn't
that would.
thought of that.
No?
Yeah, you see, I've written a ton of books on nutrition and I write blogs for a nutrition company right now. And I know all about keto. I know all about all of that stuff, and it converted me over to a green guy. You know, I eat mostly green now. You know, I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not vegan because I love my meat. But
Yeah,
I
but
know
you
what it'll
come on,
do.
don't you try to not eat as much meat as maybe you did 10 years ago?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh,
I'm about half.
you
I,
you like your
yeah,
meat. I
yeah,
can't
I
give you
like.
an eggplant steak, huh?
Well, I like steak and stuff, but you know, it's so expensive nowadays. You just can't, cook too much of it. But I usually have about three meats a week, of some kind. One of
What
these
kind of
dishes.
meats? What kind of
Yeah.
meat?
Well, I do pork, and I might make a roast, and I cook a roast, and it'll last me about 3 days.
Got it.
I got a way to cook a roast. It's pretty good. And you know, I like my meat, but I try to integrate a lot of vegetables in
Uh,
there. Cabbage. I'll tell
Nina,
you what, I cook a killer cabbage, believe it or not, man. Anyway,
what was
that
that?
cabbage.
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 It's funny. Nina just said that she likes the recipe and she doesn't eat meat anymore, and that she would try this with either tofu or she came up with a great idea, a cauliflower steak. I think that would be really good. I love cauliflower. I especially like cauliflower cooked Indian. Like we did a tikka cauliflower masala a few months ago, and it was great and easy to do. All right, let's go take a look at.
Cauliflower is tremendously good for you. It's one of the superfoods.
Yes, it really is. All right, do you like Brussels sprouts,
What?
LD?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Now, do it.
when I was a kid, I hated them, but I like them now.
I still don't care for it, but I'll eat it. But I eat it because it's good for you.
Got it. Yeah, if it don't taste good to me, I try not to eat it. All right, let's take a look.
Yeah.
See.
All right. Let's see
Oh,
what we got.
I'm sorry.
Let's see what you got.
All right, there's what we got. I think they're ready. What do you think?
I think maybe they ought to be ready. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Take
I'm
it
going to
out and
put
take a bite.
this down. I'm going to turn that off. I have a plate here. Take this one here. I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to take some of that LD sauce.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Now, one quick thing that whenever you get through cooking it, you better wash that pot out pretty quick because it'll crystallize and it's hard to stood up.
Got it. I have a knife over here. All right. Oh, man. Does that look delicious? Now, you told me that you would serve this with your special green beans.
Yeah, I have a recipe of green beans that I have in my cookbook that I have one guy that begs me to cook the pork chop with the green beans. And it's a curry dish. It's got a little curry in
Mm. It's very
it. All
tender to
right.
cut.
It looks tender. Yeah.
It is. All right. Here's the part of the show that I like the best because I do like the way I cook. All right, here we go. Excuse me, LD. I gotta go back for another bite. This is great. This is a recipe you can do in 25 minutes or less. It's a lot of protein. You can do it with a chicken breast. You can do it with cauliflower steak or the tofu. But the sauce is good. One thing, Carol, you're gonna love this. One thing that I think is a misnomer about Cajun cooking is that Cajun cooking is not necessarily spicy hot. It's
It's
savory.
just flavorful. Flavorful.
Yeah,
It has layers of flavor.
Oh my! And this
Look,
is
I do a Cajun cooking show myself, and it's called Cajun Cooking Secrets on YouTube. And yesterday I cooked something and it was so good. I said I was eating it and I said, sure, a little bit of heaven fell from out the sky one day.
not only do you sing, we see the piano in your office. Do you play piano as well?
Yeah, I play piano for nursing homes.
Oh
I
my!
play I play I play everything from Beethoven to rock, everything. I do it all.
Well,
I'm a crazy guy, man. I'm a crazy guy. I do a lot of stuff pretty good, but not so good that I can make a living at it.
you're 86, almost 87 years old. You don't need to be making a living. You're just
Yeah,
supposed to be having fun. Excuse me, I got to do something here.
another bite.
Another bite.
Yeah, you need to put that juice on there. It makes it
Oh,
better.
um, this would be a great meal to serve for 4 to 6 people. It's very inexpensive. The pork chops were, I don't know, $7 or $8 a pound. And I'm going to take one more bite.
I cooked a
Oh,
gumbo the other day for a group of people, about 30 people before Christmas, and there were like 6 crock pots totally filled. And
oh,
whenever they got through, they licked the bottom of the crock pots.
oh
Very,
yeah.
very good.
I love gumbo. I really love gumbo. I like etouffee. I love gumbo. I love Louisiana coffee because it's got chicory in it. What was the other thing? Oh, beignets in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I
Listen,
do too, man. I
LD,
love.
thank you. LD,
Uh,
thank you.
I lived in I
Uh,
lived in the French Quarter, 2 blocks away from that French Quarter where I had beignets
oh,
for 5 years. I
it's
lived in there 5 years
oh
back in
my.
the 60s.
I've been to New Orleans a couple of times. It's a wonderful city and the food is just outstanding. We are out of time. I thank you very much,
Oh,
LD. I want you to hold on. I'm going to tell everybody what we're doing next week. Next week, I'm drooling over this food. Next week, Michelle Heston from O Cake is going to show me how to decorate a cake. Now, for those of you who really know me, I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. But Michelle is convinced that she can show me how to make a great looking cake. So we're going to be decorating a cake with Michelle next week here on Mark Allen Cooks. Um, Michelle's cakes are amazing. They are art and they're beautiful. And the one thing about Michelle that we'll talk about is that she gives a lot of her proceeds from her cooking and teaching about cakes to charities. So I'm really, really happy about that.
uh-huh.
Um, Nina says, thanks to LD for this great recipe. Looks really delicious. We're going to have that posted tomorrow on our YouTube channel. LD, will you come back sometime?
Heck yeah, I'd love this. I'd love to come back because I love to help you cook good stuff, and I know how to do it.
You do. You do. If you came out to California, you could stand right next to me or bring me
Yeah.
to Florida. Anyway, listen,
I,
LD, thank you very much.
when you come back to Clearwater, we're going to cook up something.
Ooh, crawfish
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah. Well, you know, my my little logo on my cookbook is where's that
Ooh.
thing? It says
It's,
it says
oh,
cook
there
it
it,
down, cook it down.
got it. Listen, and the book has lots of information and history about, uh, who is and what is a Cajun. Listen, LD, you stay right there. Come to me, and I thank you very much for watching. join us at on Facebook Live next week for another edition as we try to make me decorate a cake. I'm looking forward to this. We've got a lot of great shows coming up in the next few weeks, next few months with chefs literally from around the world. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Thanks, Carol.
Hey.